Hi guys, today I want to go over some things involving our trailer, hooking it up, unhooking it, transporting it, things of that nature. Let's get started. First thing we're going to need to do is drop this down onto a ball hitch. You want to make sure that it's going onto an 1 7/8" ball hitch. Sometimes a vehicle will have a 2-inch ball hooked up and you won't be able to fit this onto the bigger ball. All balls are marked, so this one says 1 7/8" on the top side of the ball. Okay, next thing, there's a safety pin. Usually I just undo the toggle, put the safety pin back in, drop it down onto the ball. Or at the moment, it's not going on easily. I'll take a little picture, show you what is going on underneath here. Essentially, there's a little, I'll call it a dooflinky, and it comes underneath the ball to prevent the hitch from popping off. And sometimes it doesn't fully go back. So at that point, there we go. Drop it down. Put the safety pin back on and we are good to go. From the underside, you can see that there is this little lever here, and then sometimes it doesn't fully go back and then you won't know what's going on. But if you get your finger in there, and yes, you'll get a little dirty, but if you push it back, and I probably didn't do a good job of that because I'm trying to do two things at the same time, but the ball hitch will go on. I forgot to mention two other things. After the hitch is dropped down onto the ball and the safety pin is in there, you definitely want to make sure that you have your safety chains attached to the vehicle. Now, ideally, the vehicle would have a hitch that gets the tongue of the trailer to an ideal height. You don't necessarily want the tongue to be going down like that if you're towing on a transit or something like that. So if you have to get a trailer hitch insert, you want to get one that goes up and raises us up high enough. But one of the tricks you can do is you try not to drive around with the chains dragging on the ground, so you can twist them up to take out some of the slack so that they transport without dragging on the ground. Also, make sure that you take the trailer jack and then twist it so it's out of the way so it doesn't drag on the ground. Those are some of the things to think about. When you're done with the trailer and you're putting it away, putting it to bed, so to speak, we have these safety devices to prevent somebody from stealing it. Of course, anyone who's super motivated can come along and take a grinder or something and cut one of these off pretty quickly. But essentially, this going up in here prevents somebody from just like grabbing it, dropping it onto their ball hitch and driving away with it. So this is just like a ball hitch on the back of a vehicle. You want to make sure it goes up in there. Oops, here I am having a little problem. You want to lock it in place. Okay. Next thing is you want to make sure that the ribbed side of it goes on where the keyed side is. You don't actually need the key, I don't believe. You can just kind of lock it into place. But just make sure that happens. I've seen all manners of methods attaching this to the hitch, and it looks kind of funny when it's not done right. So there you have it. The last thing I wanted to talk about was what you do with the hose when you're transporting it. So on multiple occasions, I've seen people just do something like that. They drive down the road and then they hit a bump, and this goes down to the road and they drive, 20 miles or so. And then this is ground off to nothing, and that's $15 that I spend and I have to go fix it. So easiest thing to do is just go around one of the burners and just tie a little knot. That's enough to keep it on there and keep it from falling off. But please remember to do that. Last thing you want to do is wind up at a venue and find that you drug your connector, your quick connect, and now you have no ability to grill food.